Hey guys, you found the champ dog. It's going to be a pretty quick intro. This is some footage of my couple of wins leading into Mythic rank and the first couple games after hitting Mythic rank with MonoGreen Stompy. Apologise for the scrappy editing. Thanks for tuning in. Let's jump in. On the play, always nice. Unfortunately, this hand is terrible. Been getting a lot more one-landers recently. Oh wow, this hand's terrible in the opposite direction, but we will keep it. We'll put a land back. At least we got our Heart's Desire for turn 1. I do not have a good feeling about this hand though. Okay, so this is most likely Sultai Ramp. And not having a 2-drop sucks. The pain is real, guys. An aggro deck with a bad 1-drop and no 2-drop. It's exactly where you want to be. Okay. So we'll get in with the token, and then we'll play out the Harbinger. So I'm assuming this is Sultai. This is a little bit harder for them to deal with. Could just be Simic though, we haven't seen black yet, but I feel like Sultai is more likely. Okay, there's an Uro, still no black mana, so we'll see. It's banned. Interesting. We'll get in for 5 here. I do like having another Harbinger for the draw. I was thinking about diversifying stuff for Extinction Event, but they're banned. They don't play Extinction Event. What else would be in a banned list? It's potentially the Sphinx, Dream Trawler. It's obviously Uro. I think maybe I go with the Stone Coil. I think a 4/4 Stone Coil's nothing to sneeze at. Dodges Elspeth Conquers Death as well. Because we could have just played into a Shadow the Sky here. I haven't played against bans in so long. Okay, no, it certainly shakes the booty.
That which cannot protect itself. The land shall conquer you.
I was going to say, I can't imagine they attack here. I'll go like this. Obviously I don't want to lose my Harbinger, but if it means trading with one of their lands, it's really not the worst thing in the world. Yep. I could have animated my land as well. I honestly didn't think of that, but I probably wouldn't have if I had thought of it, because I don't want to fight my land for their land.
How rude!
And I'll play out the Beastie Boy here. Strange, I've not seen a banned list since Teferi got banned. This is literally the first one I've played against, so color me intrigued. Yep. So it's going to be difficult for them to play Shadow the Sky at the moment, because I'll draw a card and they won't. Also, it'll kill off one of their own critters. I think we just prioritize getting rid of Nissa here. I don't think that's ever a bad decision.
cannot protect you anymore.
Do I want to play out another Serpent? So they can bring back Uru next turn. I don't like playing into Shadow the Sky as well, but I think we have to bully the Uru a bit. Obviously, both of the Serpents can attack through an Uru. If they do Shadow the Sky here, they're back down to 4 lands. So we do get forfeited, but it's not the worst thing in the world. Okay. Joel Rail's not bad. So obviously my opponent's not in a great spot at the moment. Yep, they have to block with Joel Rail. So I'm not going to commit anything more to the board at the moment. I should have activated the district and attacked with that and the token and threatened lethal. It would have forced them to kill to block with the forest. They probably just would have blocked the token. They'd be on we would be in a better position, but not a hugely better position, because we wouldn't be able to attack with the Beastie Blade. You know, the onus is very much on my opponent in this position, so I don't think we're doing badly at all. Yep, there it is. So they could be sitting on a counter spell, but I don't think that they are. So I think we just win here. Got the Guile held up as well to protect it. The other option I was considering was activating the Mobilized District and casting Guile on it for 4. I can't say I properly weighed up the pros and cons of both of those, but I do think the Questing Beast was the better play, because it has the to kill them with the District, I would have had to play the Guile, and they could have potentially bounced it in response, whereas the Beast is lethal by itself. Okay, so we probably want Ceratops, and we'll almost definitely want Gemrazor. Lovestruck Beast was good for us there, but I think it's a little bit fragile. I don't think Vivian is as relevant. I do like a Great Henge. I also don't think Primal Might is as relevant. So I think something like this might be the go. I'm still not entirely sure on Great Henge. Part of me feels it might be good in matchups like this to get the card draw. But part of me also thinks against controlling lists, I maybe just want to go like very linear and just try to get them dead. And it is a little difficult to cast, but it's pretty much the only thing that I have that gives me some extra late game. But yeah, I'm tossed up whether I should be bringing it in matchups like Sultai banned, like more controlling matchups, or if I should be saving it for sort of mirror matches. So I'm not at all used to this style of deck. So we're going to lead on the Barcard Troll. The Scavenging Ooze I feel is a more valuable card overall, so I like to throw out the Trolls as bait when I can. Okay, so they didn't play anything here, which suggests to me they may have a shatter. Well, it looks like they're holding up a bounce. Brazen Borrower, I think, is the card I'm thinking of. Yep. Okay. So I'm going to play out another troll. Means if they have a shadow, they're incentivized to play it. But similarly, if they have enchantment-based removal, I can still Pelt Collector into Gem Razor next turn to get my thing back. So I'm just going to attack here. I feel like my opponent's holding up something, so I'm not just going to Windmill Slam the Questing Beast. Ethergast. I'm happy to do this. And just make things a little bit awkward for my opponent. I think we just chill here. Put the pressure on my opponent to do something. Because this is still a 2-turn clock. Sure. So we'll do this. We're threatening lethal next turn. And it minimizes the damage that a Shadow of the Sky will do to us. Our opponent's missed a lot of land drops here as well. So there is an argument that they should have just been hyper-aggressive and capitalized, but I think I like that we played around the sweeper there as well. Okay, Jomukan, a final boss for Mythic. Playing Urian. Okay, so I like being on the play. I don't even know what to say about that hand. His hand's much better. I'll probably throw back the Primal Might. Ooh, Garrick sleeves. Haven't seen those before. Eldraine Garrick, by the looks of it. Okay, opponent took a mull as well, which is nice. Okay, this is interesting. Is this a Tamor? A Tamor Urian deck? Looks like it. So we do have to be leery of the Storm's Wrath here, but we also need to put our opponent under a lot of pressure. There's the hero. So the question is, do we munch that, or do we play out the Questing Beast? Well, I guess we've made our decision, because I went straight to attacks without thinking. Still plenty of damage here. We're still dead next turn. I guess we take a Lovestruck Beast. I don't see a need to play it out at the moment. Our opponent needs to answer at least 2 creatures to survive here. That doesn't do it. Yep. Okay, so it's a Tamor Terror. So I'll be expecting potentially elementals. We came up against one of these in an earlier game. expecting elementals here. So I think Ceratops becomes good. Okay, Adversary's good. Arbage is a little more lackluster. Tune down some of these. Let's try like this. So it looks like our opponent just kept a really bad hand there. A really bad hand. Okay, yeah, this is fine. Thinking about it. This guy sounds like me when I wake up in the morning before my coffee. So I'm going to lose this guy soon, and I mean he's not the greatest card, but he's a pretty strong role player in this deck, so it's going to be a big loss, and obviously Pelt Collector is going to be the huge one. Ethergas, sure. The Reef. So we'll kill that next turn. 100%. I'm happy to slow roll the Ceratops until I can give it haste anyway. So I'm going to Primal Mage just for 2 here, so we can hold up the activation on the Troll and or a Ranger's Dial. Get in for 5. Yeah, obviously we don't want the Reef sticking around on the battlefield, getting them that sweet, sweet value. Also means we've got a target for Scoos. Leafy Boy, yep. So my suspicion is that they're holding up another Ethergust. So we'll do like this, so if they try to Ethergust now, we can, or before combat, we can activate Hexproof on the Troll if we want, and still give Triceratops haste. Okay, yep, so they spend the Ethergust on the Ceratops. Of course, they can't do that. I keep forgetting about that. We will take this action. And I guess we use our mana to play out the Scoos then. So our opponent missed a land drop again. Hence they don't want to block with the Leafkin. Probably hunting for an Omnath here. We'll be able to kill our Scoos. Okay, Bone Crusher, that's fine. Okay, makes a lot of sense, makes a lot of sense. We are going to get through for a bit here. Smack them for 8, so they should be on 7. And we are threatening lethal next turn. Questing Beast off the top would be sublime here. They can't quite bring back Uro. But if they have any 2-mana spell, another Ethergust. Oh, Ethergust into Uro would be brutal. Okay, Cavalier of Thorns. Oh, hits nothing good. Does ramp them though, and does fill the yard for Uro. So a fight effect here would also be good. Questing Beast is still good. You're going to attack with the Leafkin? Okay, well that's none of the cards I wanted. How aggressive do I want to be here? So next turn obviously they bring back Uro and they start gaining life. If I attack now, I trade my Ceratops for their Elemental. They probably put Uro on top and then double dip him next turn. That's pretty brutal as well. I think our best option is actually to sit tight for a turn. I mean, either way it's brutal, but this way at least they can't double dip their Uro. Yep. Here comes Uraclaws, here comes Uraclaws, right down Uraclaws Lane. So maybe I should have kept in a few more fight effects. Yep. Hopefully they get cocky and attack with the Cavalier here. Sure. Damn. If they attacked with the Cavalier of Thorns, the Primal Light off the top would be game over. Okay. Interesting. So we're gonna swing for the fences here. They can only block one of these Ceratops. Yep, that's fine. Really shouldn't have attacked with that guy at all. That was silly of me. Okay. I still do take out a significant chunk of their board. They are still in a good position with Uro on board, gaining 3 a turn. So we really need our opponent to brick next turn, and we really need a good draw. And they can get Urian, play Urian at this point if they want, but there's no value for them in doing that. Yep. Why wouldn't you gain 3 life? Why wouldn't you gain 3 life, draw a card, put an extra land on the battlefield and do 6 damage to me? Do they play out the Bone Crusher Giant? If not, pretty good indication they've got something up their sleeve. Checking all their lands. Is it a crisis? Interesting. So they get a huge amount of mana now. Terror of the Pickle. Okay, that's not it. Forest is not good enough there. I actually do still have a fair amount of fight effects in here. I haven't changed that much. We did get a little bit unlucky there. Do I want the Love Struck Beast? I think I keep like this. Round 3. No thanks. Much better. I think I put back Vivian here. I do hate the amount of mulligans I have to take with this deck. I'm obviously doing quite well with it. It's obviously a good deck, but there's potentially some refining of the curve that could take place. P. Diddy. P. Diddy's fine. They're not going to trade here. So we could see Omnath. Nope. Could see Risen Reef. Hero's fine. Scoos would be nice to gobble him up. Either way, we get 3 for 5 next turn. Okay, Scryed to the top, which is unfortunate, but they took their sweet time making that decision, so it's obviously not the best card in the world. Questing Beast is a great top deck here. So we get 3 for 10. And our opponent is in a pickle. That was possibly the best possible top deck. Just draw like a god. What have we got here? Needs to be huge. Because we've also got either a Ceratops or a Mobilized District. They don't know about the Ceratops, but they can see the District. Not good enough. Not nearly good enough. Yep, so 2 blockers, 3 attackers. We'll just do like this. No point revealing more information. Good game. We did it. We're up to Mythic. Okay, our first game in Mythic. We're already ranked higher than this person, that's bizarre. This hand's good. And turn 1 island, best opener in Magic. Okay, flash stack. Demir. Simic. Azorius. Bizarre. Double Sailor. What shall we do with the Spectral Sailor? Oh, of course, it's Azorius Flyers. A silly of me. So we are going to take a buttload of damage next turn, but we're going to crack back pretty hard ourselves. Unfortunately, we're just dead here. That's fine. There it is. Boom, boom, boom. What a pounding. What a pounding. Okay, so this is nice. This could be nice because it has reach, as could this. Either of these could be decent. I don't think Garrick's Harbinger's doing much here. It's a bit Xy. I'm just going to do this. I don't want my curve to get too high here. And Ceratops is not at its best here, but at least it has Pro Blue and can have reach. I'll take the play, please. Looks good. This is a little awkward. Because obviously turn 2 we want to play this. So turn 3 we have to take off to play the 1/1 from this and not pump the collector. Yep, flash in your sailor. There it is. At least now we can double token. Not the worst thing in the world. Was one of the handy things about... That's cool. Reactivate the Fell Collector. Was one of the handy things about Garrick's Harbinger. There's on the third turn it can pump Collector again. So hopefully we draw the land to slap down a questing beast, but if not, we've at least got Love Struck. At the lifelink of the game. Yep. It's fine. Stop them getting the lifelink. So the fortunate thing here is, so I assume they're holding up more bounce spells. The fortunate thing here is they've spent so much time trying to contain our board that they haven't really developed Earth. They could just flash one of these in next turn. I think our best bet is still to just slap down a questing beast. Could get countered. This could be a lofty denial. There it is. Doesn't bother me. Yep. So we win here. Yep. There's always another questing beast. Okay, yeah, we're just going to keep like this. Obviously on the play there, that was pretty dominant, but I feel like on the draw, this probably is not a good matchup for us. This isn't life-changing, but it's not terrible. Turn 1 Pelt Collector, turn 2 Ram through something, turn 3 Gem Razor. Didn't think they would take that trade. Pumps up the Sovereign. So it looks like they're holding up a either a bounce spell or a counter spell. Either way, we've kind of just got to go for it. We'd rather get this bandied about than questing beast next turn. Okay, so it's not a counter spell, it's probably a bounce spell. Yep. It is unfortunate, means we have no board going into turn 4. Oh, brutal. Yeah, this game's over. This hand is good. Granny Batman, 88%. Yes, that means I am ranked higher than that person, right? That's such a confusing system to me. I'm sure it's written down and explained somewhere, but I sure as hell ain't seen it.
Hey, Planeswalkers, Mythic.
Oh, sorry, YouTube opened there. So, yep, turn 2 skews. Get in for 2. So I'm going to do this here. So we've seen Cynic colours so far and no third colour. What's it going to be? Could be a ramp deck, could be Flash, could be Mutate. Okay, we're Sultai. Okay. We just go and do this. Sure. So obviously they've got Extinction Event if they gusted that. So I did consider that before playing out the questing beast. I should not have taken that action, that was purely a misclick. I had considered that before playing out the questing beast, but it was potential lethal, so it seemed worth it to me. So do they have another sweeper here?
Let's make this quick.
Yep, so they can phase out the Lovestruck Beast. But this will make it so that it doesn't matter. Pro tip, if you're ever in that position, you should have phased out the token, then the Lovestruck Beast becomes unable to attack and I can only get through for 3 instead of 4. So we won our Ceratops. And yeah, keep it like that. So the downside of me explaining that is that as I did so, I hovered over the token, which, if our opponent is perceptive, will have clued them into that play as well, because it'll show that the token was highlighted. I bought a new chair yesterday. I am so much more comfortable. It's $100 from Officeworks. It's not a fancy gaming situation. From what I've read, those things are overpriced compared to office chairs anyway. Hey there, pelty boy, flying through the sky so fancy free. So does our opponent have Disfigure? More likely they have removal for the Scoos, which is truly unfortunate, because it means they can play Uro with impunity. But I do need to grow the Collector and put pressure on him. Do this now. Could be Athagast as well, that's also an option. Strange that they chose the... not entirely strange. It saves them more damage, killing off the Belt Collector, but the Scoos seems like a higher value target. So next turn we've got a Questy Boy. Seems like they're holding up. Potentially holding up an Extinction Event. So we're actually going to eat their Eliminate here. So I know I'm playing into an Extinction Event, but I'm going to play this out anyway. Just because I do need to get this number a bit lower. Okay, so extinction event here wipes out the whole board. I wonder what, if they do have extinction event, they would have just blocked though. Okay.
It takes impressive knowledge
Tethers.
to be a temporal archmage.
Okay, so this is not a great position for our opponent. Not the best position in the world for us either, to be honest. So I'm just going face here. I'm 100% going face here. Hopefully they go to after blockers to decide to phase something out. Oh. Yep. Obviously we do a bit of this.
I must go.
And a little bit of that. A little bit of this. Opponent takes 8, goes down to 2. Good game. And we are up to 92.